Yeah, look, we haven't, we've been knuckling down and beavering head on the projects, and it hasn't been, much news flow recently, but we are working on towards that, pre-feasibility study, getting out something towards the end of the year. So, the samples are in the laboratory. We've already got a conventional flow sheet. We're just trying to improve the flow sheet. So, remembering that we, for those who haven't heard the story before, we've spent something like $40 million on this project. As we said, we've been on it since 2007 as part of our IPO listing. It was called Renison West back then. Peter Cook told me to go and change the name to something else, but we came out Lindsay because the tin market wasn't very good back in the mid-noughties, but obviously the world's changed a lot since then, and Metals X has done a great job on that. It's a great ore body. It's been going 130 years, Renison, but anyway, so Mount Lindsay it is, but we've been there, drilled the first hole back in 07, so we've spent $40 million, so we've drilled out the ore body. The feasibility study is about doing an underground mine design. We're working on that. So we've got engineers, metallurgists, geotech guys who are looking at the design of that at the moment, looking at updating the studies. We put in the permit, we withdrew the open pit permit, put the open pit permit. We've been told it's going to take a couple of years to go through the process, getting it granted. In the meantime, we're going to do the pre-fees and the full feasibility study, get that done. So, you put that information into the sausage factory, and it takes a while to go through and get the results through. So, and when material results come, we'll announce that to the market. So we continue to do good work there. That Glenn Van Vleeman's leading that team at the moment. So that's he's extremely busy, which is great. And we still got one rig churning away. Collected 10 tonne sample during the met sample, and that's now on the expiration. But one rig, 5-day shift only, 5 shifts a week, drilling 300 or 400, 500 metre deep holes. It's hard to get one hole drilled. It takes time to get the hole drilled, then assessed, and then in terms of into the lab and getting some results back. So, and we're not looking just for tin. We're looking for whole range of elements, and those suites, those element suites are complex and take time. So again, we're waiting for results to come back from that work. Then getting onto our Chalice joint venture. We've had them down there drilling away, doing auger program. They've completed a few drill holes. So we're waiting for results from that. So hopefully towards the end of next month in July, we expect late July some data from that and from the auger program which they've completed. So they got all that work done before the rain set in down there near Manjimup. So looking forward to updating the market on those results from that work. And we've got a schedule in an airborne EM survey. So we're spending about $300,000 on the survey there. Probably next quarter, hopefully towards the end of next quarter. So that's booked in Coolant. So it'll be very interesting to see what we've got 600 square kilometres. We've got 2 20-kilometre long sort of layered mafic intrusives complexes that have been sort of delineated. Two 20-metre one, 2 20-kilometre ones, and 1 10-kilometre one. So we'll cover the whole area so we can start pinpointing. If we've got some EM anomalies, about focusing on those areas and developing drill targets. So looking forward to that work, and we are in the throes of getting some EM done hopefully next quarter at Golden Grove North, some ground EM where we couldn't get the airborne EM done because the area is too small to do by airborne. So yeah, getting EM surveys done has just been, again, we're in a boom market. Everybody wants to do exploration all of a sudden, and there's a bit of a queue. So when there's a little bit of a holding pattern, which is probably frustrating in terms of producing news flow, but be assured that we're doing lots of good works happening at the same time. We're not sitting on our laurels, and once the borders have been opened, that's why I've got out there, because we're looking for funding to build this mine. We need to establish these relationships with these funds that are very much got ESG at the forefront, and now because of those trips, and there's groups in the US and the UK that are sort of interested in the story. So when the time comes to get the funding for that, and if the critical minerals hasn't changed, the view of the government, even though the government's changed, if the view hasn't changed, which I believe hasn't, then that's potentially another avenue of funding for building this asset and rating it as a very important project for not only the state of Tasmania but for Australia, and because you won't see another tin mine being built. Obviously our friends at King Island, Group 6 guys are getting King Island mine up and running, or the Dolphin mine running up again. But certainly in terms of tin, we've got a rare asset, and we will continue to explore and hopefully get a secondary shortly to test those 48 EM targets, which we've hardly touched. We've had a crack at a couple of them so far, and we're following up the Renison mine sequence as we speak, and trying to find, for us it's not a matter of if but when we will make the next tin discovery at Mount Lindsay, and there's no better place in Australia than